Hey, what's going on, guys? This is TigerHustleKicks.com, and today we are going to talk about the women's Air Jordan 1 Silver Toe. Now, the shoe is going to be coming out on Friday, the 19th of February, but they are going to be available in like extended sizes. So guys with like average sizes like size 11, 10, 11, and 12 will be able to get their hands on them because they come out in like women's sizes 15, 14, and 14 and a half. So this is a shoe that a lot of people are going to go for. But before I get into talking about numbers and where to get it, I want to show you a quick video to show you what it looked like and what the composition of it is. And then we're going to get to that. All right. Go. Now let us talk numbers. All right, so we're gonna go and talk numbers. Now, when it comes to like talking numbers, I'm always there are two things that I do. I always look for who's getting the shoe, which is basically the retailers, and then we talk about assumptions, and then we go and calculate our numbers. So we're gonna go through the same series of steps. Now, the first thing we want to do is like who's getting the shoe. Now, for the major chains, of course, Nike is gonna get it. But then you have Foot Locker, Foot Action, Champs, Finish Line, JD Sports, and Hibbett. And then for the smaller chains, you have DTLR, Shoe City, Chic Shoes, WSS, and then there's a lot more that are going to get it, like boutiques and stuff like that. But I'm not going to show you all the boutiques because their numbers are not really significant. They don't affect our assumptions that much. So if you want to get access to more, you can go on sneakers.com and it's going to show you a lot more places that are getting it. All right. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to try to figure out our assumptions, which is the most key step. So Foot Locker, Foot Action, and Champs, they're going to get about a third of the total production based on my estimation. Okay. And then the next thing is when I looked at how many Foot Lockers were getting it, it was really scarce. So I'm going to give about a third of the Foot Lockers are going to get it, like most House of Hoops in some select locations. For Foot Action and Champs, I'm going to do the same thing. So that comes down to like 334 Foot Lockers based on their assumptions, 182 Champs, and then 70 Foot Actions. So now the next step is also critical, which is like, how do I assign the number of pairs per store? So for regular Foot Lockers, I'm going to give them 18 pairs. And for House of Hoops location, I'm going to give them 70. And then for Champs and Foot Action, we're going to do the same 18 and 18. And then the next step is just to also assign about a third of the total inventory to the online allocation. Okay, so we're going to do that as well. And then next, we run our numbers. So for regular Foot Lockers, we're going to do 334 minus 170 because that's the 170 represents the House of Hoops. And we get 2,952 pairs. That's for regular Foot Lockers. Now for House of Hoops location, we do the same thing, 170 times 70, which is 11,900 pairs. And for Foot Action, basically 70 times 18, 1260. And for Champs, 182 times 18, 3276. And then for the online allocation, we just add all these numbers together, divided by 3 based on our assumptions, which is 6463. And then the total from Foot Locker and their derivatives is basically adding all these numbers together, and I came up with 25,851. Now, since I assume that this is a third of the total inventory for North America, so to find the total for the USA, we just do 25,581 times 3, which is 77,553, which is basically the total production for the USA based on my assumption. Now, I want to stretch that number to like maybe 160 because the rest of the world is going to get it. So I did 80 times 2. So I'm thinking the United States probably going to get like mostly half of the inventory and everybody else may get like the other half. So based on that, I came up with like numbers anywhere between 77,553 to 160,000 pairs. So anywhere between 70 or 80,000 and 160,000 pairs, or maybe even 200,000. So that's what I'm thinking based on the assumptions. Now, I want to let you guys know, I don't work for the brands. I don't work for the retailers. So everything that I say is basically purely based on my assumptions. So take my information with a grain of salt. This is not truth. This is just a picture of what may be happening. All right. So don't go out there and quote me and saying, this guy says this is coming out. So yes, he's telling the truth. No, I'm just giving you a picture to try to help you and then give you like some kind of a picture there. All right. So this is basically what I'm doing. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to talk about resale. So let's go and talk about resale now. For resale, the first thing I want to do is I want to show you the chart. And then we're going to talk. I'm going to give you my rundown. Okay, so you can kind of see here, the golds are representations of the sizes with the highest returns. Okay, so you can clearly see that 12.5, 13.5, 13, 14.5, and 14 are fetching the highest revenues, going anywhere between 350 all the way to like 525. Even size 15.5. I should have also put that in there. Now, all other sizes like anywhere between like 11, 10, 9.5, 7, 7.5. Their average is anywhere between like 260 and then 280. But larger sizes are going to probably get more traction because, again, those are like big sizes and men want them. So there's going to be a lot more people gravitating towards those sizes. Now, let's go back and then we're going to look at my chart and we're going to kind of break down what I came up with. So let's check that out. Basically, you can kind of see that larger sizes 12 to 15.5 have the highest returns, ranging from $335 to $525. And every other size falls within the 260 and 280 range. And this is pretty much going to be what we can expect for this particular model, like the silver toe. Now, so the shoe retails for like $182 after tax because the retail price is $170. Okay, after tax, if you live in Maryland, that's like $12 on top. So you're paying like $182. So for sizes 12 to 15, what you can expect is profit-wise is anywhere between $120 and $300. That means that's what you're going to be pocketing. Between 120 and 300 if you get any sizes 12 to 15. Now for any other size, like the smaller sizes, you're going to be getting anywhere between $50 and $70. So that means this is a pretty good shoe as far as like I'm concerned. Now it's going to sell out because you can see how scarce it is. Okay. Now the next thing I want to talk about is the fake one that I've seen. I want to show you quick ways to identify them. And I'm going to be writing a more extensive post about it later on. But for now, these are some of the things that I want you to focus on. So let's check out what to look for in the fake pairs. Okay, the first thing, here's the thing, like when I saw the fake pairs, it was like probably a month ago. So I'm sure they didn't get a chance to like upgrade them yet. At some point they're going to upgrade it. But for now, these are the things that you can focus on. I haven't seen any of the hang tag on the fake pairs. Like this hang tag right here is a pretty good one. So it's made with leather. And you can kind of see on the fake one, I haven't seen them yet, so they haven't upgraded it. I'm sure they're going to do it at some point. But for now, these are what you can focus on. If it doesn't have a hang tag, don't even waste your time. Okay, and the next thing I want to talk about is the Wings logo. This is a big, big, big deal. If you look at the Wings logo on the authentic pair, you see the spacing here, the spacing where I put the arrow, it's not as wide as it is on the fake one. You can see there's a lot more loose spacing here. The spacing is just much wider on the fake one. And if you look at the wings, okay, they are not really extended, and the spacing between the wings, the spacing in between them, in between is like wider on the fake pair. You look on the authentic, it's that space and the gap is not as wide as it is on the fake one. And if you look at the bottom here, you see the tip. This here, this is like, these are connected. These two pieces are connected. On the fake one, they are not connected. They are like, there's like a gap there. So those are things that you can look for. This is below the ball. And the ball itself is like a little small. And the space, look at the spacing here. I really want you to focus on that. That's why I keep saying the same thing, space and space. Because look at the wings. Look at the spacing here. Look at the gap. And look at the one on the authentic. Again, the wings here, the feathers are more extended. You can kind of see they are more extended. They are really short here. The extension of it is not as long as it is on the authentic. Let me get you a closer picture. You see that, right? Look how much more they extended here, and look how short they are. And look at this piece here, and look at here, and look at the spacing here, and the spacing here. And the next thing we're going to look at is the box. Okay, again, the fake box is totally off. Like they have a black box with red highlights, and the authentic is red box with black highlights, and the 10.5 here is much bolder on the authentic pair because that's why they highlight. This is the USA, they want to highlight that size. On the fake pair, you can see it, they don't highlight it as much here. Okay, that's one thing. And then the next thing I want to show you is the extra laces bag. See, the bag on the authentic pair is like sparkly, shiny, and silver. On the fake one is like gray. It's not even like sparkly. There's no sparkles. It's not shiny. It doesn't hit your eyes. There's no reflect. There's nothing like that. Okay, so you can kind of see that, and you can tell from that. Now let's go back, and we're gonna talk about more stuff here. Let's do that on the next. Let's go back to the site, and then we're going to talk about where to get the shoe. Now, let's say you want to get it now. You don't want to go through, just going through the retailers because you know this is going to sell out. I have a link for you in the description. You can buy it straight on eBay via Authenticity Guaranteed. Okay, so you can do that and then get your access to authentic pairs. Again, thanks for watching. This is Ty for Master Kicks. And if you want to get access to more posts on real versus fake, I have a ton of those on my legit check page. And if you want me to authenticate your shoe, I can do that as well. Again, if this video has helped you guys out, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. It does help. All right. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time for a better and more authentication. Thank you.